Hello everyone. So after a long time, I'm starting another Android programs series, right? So first in last 2019 or 20, maybe say, uh, I started this particular Android series, right? So if you follow my channel, then there are lots of applications and explainable videos I have created, right? But I thought that after a long time, there are some changes in Android Studio as well, and they are came up with new features of the Android Studio and entirely you can say new UI and feel, right? So if you are watching my videos and if you feel that like there are old versions and this is a new version entirely different, so how to cope up with that? So for that, I came up with this particular video, right? So in this video, I'm going to cover a latest stable version of the Android Studio. So if you are going into the Android Studio, right? And if you go for the install Android Studio, right? So here there are some minimum requirements are given, right? So you can just go through this. It is a very you can say useful documentation from the Android Studio, Android developers, right? So here, these are the minimum requirements. 8 GB of minimum RAM you require, but if you have a 16 GB, then it's more than enough, right? And this is the main thing, 64-bit Microsoft Windows 8 OS or later, whatever. So you have right now currently Windows 11 is going on. If you have a Mac, if you have a Ubuntu, then all the things are working very pretty fine. So all that it's provides the minimum hardware software requirements and the pretty good videos over here they are just going to provide how you can install that, right? So another thing I want to cover in these things, like if you want, if you are a beginner, right? If you, I'm not telling you that follow my videos, right? But I'm as much as I'm trying to ease the development with the use of these tools, right? So whatever experience I have, whatever knowledge I have, so I'm always sharing with my students, right? So here the same is there. If you want, then you can just go to the official particular developers and android.com website, and in this essential, you just go with that these training videos, right? So here you can see in a getting started headable is there, training courses are there, tutorials are there, right? So if you click on this particular tutorials, right, so they are providing you the particular list of tutorials, right? So you can just learn a new things from here, and you can learn lots of new features from here, right? There are some training courses also there, right? So here it is listed as a Android basics with Compose, right? So this is a training level beginner. So if you are a beginner, then you can just start this course. Okay, this is the official Android website, right, guys? So you can just go over here and you will get latest updated tutorials or videos from this. Okay, right? So this is this particular thing I want to share with you. Otherwise, apart from this, there are you can say lots of documentations are over here, right? So for that, it's a beginner for, or you can say it's for the professional ones also, right? So if you are working with, so according to your particular expertise, you can choose this particular thing, right? So let's jump back to the Android Studio, right? So here you can say this is the latest one, right? So this download Android Studio Jellyfish is there, okay, right? So this is the latest stable version is there. What are the new features? So you can see that themed app icon preview. Okay, this is the big one, right? So they are providing Gemini support itself in Android Studio, guys, right? So you can imagine that you can do pretty good things with the Gemini support, right? Then flexible build system, then intelligent code editors, okay, then Android app bundles, okay. So here there are getting started. So how you can install that, how you can build the first year application, how you can configure the studio, training for beginners and pros, right? So there are lots of things are there over here. So you can just read it out, right? Here are some exes, DMGs for the Macs, okay, and tar.gz for the Linux Ubuntu, right? So I hope you are aware of these particular extensions, okay. So if you are working with the Windows, then you just download this. If you are working with the Mac, then you just download this, right? So I have already downloaded this particular Android Studio in my system and I have installed it, right? So the installation steps are pretty much very simple, okay. So from here, you just download it and you just start installing it, right? So once you downloaded and installed, right, then you just open the Android Studio, then you will get this kind of pretty good splash screens in front of you, right? So here you can see this. It is written Jellyfish 2023 3.1. Okay. So here are the list of projects, guys, right? So whatever projects you have recently opened, so that are listed over here, right? Here you can create a new project. If you have already like this, if I have created these folders, Android programs 2024, so you can just open any program from there. Okay, open this. Okay, just go to that and select anyone. Okay, and you just open it. Okay, so it is going to open the particular project. This is get from VCS, right? So nowadays the version control is very important, guys, right? So if you are working in a professional development, right, then versioning control is a very important thing. So if you are aware of the DevOps, then you are aware of these particular things, right? But in a simple words, if you are having a particular GitHub repo, right? And if you want to clone your project to this particular system or the current system, right? So you can use this particular thing, right? So here the repository URL, you just need to paste it, right? Here where you want to save, then you just click on the clone, right? So the particular project will be come out. You can also attach your GitHub account to this, okay? This is the enterprise version. These are free version, right? So GitLab is also used over here, right? So those who are familiar with the particular GitHubs, right? Then this is the particular platform you can, or this is the particular place from where you can just start with, right? So here, one another thing is they have pretty much good added in a new UI that you can manage your virtual device, you can manage your SDK managers, right? SDKs you can manage from here also, okay? They are having some demo examples, so you can import an Android code samples from their repository. So this is there. Okay. So now suppose say for example, if you click on any recent project, then it is going to be opened like this. Okay. Then you can see it takes some time, right? Initially it takes some time. Here I have already opened that I have already worked with this particular project. So that's why it is opening very quickly, right? But suppose say for example, if you want to open a new one, so let me close this, create a new project. Okay, so here you can see this, guys, right? Very pretty decent UI they have created, very minimal information. Don't get confusing things over here, right? It's a very simple things. So initially we know that Android is targeted for many platform devices, right? So this is for the phone and tablets. So this is the template. Suppose if you are working with any watch OS or whatever. So variable OS is if you want to create app, if you want to create for that, then you can just select this. This is for the TV apps, right? And this is for the automotive things like you can say like media services, messaging services like that. So these are the particular predefined templates they are providing over here, right? So we are always start with the phone and tablets, right? So here you can see there is a no activity template, empty activity. Whenever you see this kind of symbol, right? So this is a Jetpack Compose. So it is a new feature added, right, in Android Studio earlier some time, right? Not now. So if you are comfortable with the Kotlin, because it works only with the Kotlin, right? So if you are familiar with the Kotlin, If you don't want to work with the XML designs, right, then this is particular template for you, right? So I'm not going in a detail of what is Jetpack, Compose, and all that, but this is for that. This is the basic view activities, right? So if you will get this kind of three dot facility activity here, plus symbol activity is there. This is the bottom navigation. You can see this is the empty activity. This is the navigation drawer. So when you swipe from the left, right, then these kind of things are over here, and there are some menu items, right? So if you want to create this kind of application, then this is the predefined things for you guys, right? So it's the responsive view activity, game activity, native C++ activity, right? So there are lots of templates they are providing over here, right? But as usual, we are going for the empty view activities, right? So click on the next. Okay. So in like older UI, here the same thing is there. You can just provide the name. You can just provide the package name. These are the default one. Save location where you want to save this. So this is my application 3 because I have already created demo for 1 and 2. This is the language. This is very important, right? So if you want to stick with the Java, then you can just go for the Java. If you stick with the Kotlin, then you can just go for the Kotlin one, right? So here minimum SDK. So in earlier my video, I have already discussed that what is minimum SDK, right? So your app will run on approximately 96.3% of devices, right? So if you go higher version, so if you go on the latest one, suppose if I'm selecting this API 34 upside down cake, right? So less than 1% of devices are going to use your application, are able to use your application, right? Because this is the very latest one. Okay. So if you someone has not updated and like that, so they are accordingly they are counting this percentage, right? So let's stick with this. So minimum SDK is 96% of devices are supporting your particular application. The meaning of this is right here a build configuration. So as we know that now we are having two things, one is a Java, another one is a Kotlin, right? And Kotlin is penetrating this Android Studio is very quickly, right? So this is the bifurcation for that. So if you are for uh, traditional our you can say ongoing build.gradle version, then you can choose this. As I have choose Java, I need to choose this, right? If you are going for the Kotlin language over here, right, then you have to compulsory choose this Kotlin GSL, right? If you want, then you can also choose that, but there are some compatibility issues maybe you need to solve, right? So once you click on the finish, right, then you will have this kind of particular UI. It is taking some time as it is indexing, it is the Gradle is building and all that stuff, right? Okay, so now you are wondering that what is this one? Use context from this project, right? So initially, if you first time install the Android Studio, right, then it will ask for the Gemini support. So here you can see this is Gemini, right? So if you click over here, so it is showing me like this, okay? If it is not showing like you, then it will ask you for the login. So you have to just provide your Gmail account, right? And you just log in as usual. You are logging in your Gmail, right? And it will support the Gemini. Okay, right? So here, this is asking me that Gemini can use context from your project to offer better suggestions and responses. So first time whenever you are logging with the Gemini, then at the same time it will ask you for this, right? So it will ask you for entirely new created projects and existing projects you want to use that, or you want to be asked every time specifically for the specific project, right? So I have selected, I don't want that Gemini can access all the particular applications and each and everything. So I just want that Gemini can also, Gemini can only select this particular project. So I just click on yes. You can open this Gemini setting from here, right? So as I told you that it is context awareness, use context from your projects to improve the response, asked to decide per. So as per the Gemini policy, you can see as per the Gemini policy, guys, it is showing you these things, right? Okay. So just select this one and you see now your Gemini support is over here, right? So you can ask anything to that particular Gemini. So you can like suppose here is the how to choose minimum SDK version, right? Suppose say for example, so here you can see that it is taking some time and it is providing the response, right? So target audience, determine the Android version, features and API, maintain test on multiple devices and all that, right? So this way you can just see this, right? Suppose if I ask what is on create method in main activity dot java, right? So here you can see there is one on create method in main activity dot java. I don't know what is it, right? So I can ask the Gemini that what is this, right? So it will explain the things like you can see the on create method is a main activity Java. Let me pull over this, right? Is first created. It is used to initialize the activity and set up its user interface. On create method is a part of Android activity lifecycle, right? So if you understand what is activity lifecycle, you just go to the my videos and understand what is it, right? I have given a detailed video on that, right? So here the particular example, right? It overrides this on create and all. This is a very pretty decent example, right? It's a one button is there and on click button is event is there. Okay, right? So you can see this way, this particular Gemini is using your current project's context and it is giving you the answer. So it's a very good idea, right? So you just don't need to go for the chat GPT and each and everything externally to ask the things, right? You can ask, but when you are getting inbuilt support, then why not use it? Okay. So this is a very first feature I want to discuss over here. As you can see, the UI is very decent, right? And very professional. It looks very professional. They have separated these project folders, right? You can toggle with that. Resource managers. So if you are using some icons, colors, and layouts, right? So that you can just choose from here only. Okay. Then more tools. So they are giving, you can say very huge, you can say facilities over here that you can test and debug your application in a very detail, right? So let's just jump into this project folder. So let's see what is in the project folder. So as usual, we are having three folders: manifest, Java, and resources folder. In manifest folder, we are having Android manifest.xml file. You can see over here, guys. Okay. In Java folder, we are having main activity.java where you can put your startup code. Okay. In resource folder, again, drawables, right? For the background, foreground. Here is the layout. Main layout is your activity main.xml. So here you can see this is the particular things. From here, you can just drag and drop any particular, you can say, okay, you can say any widgets from that. So if you select this, then you can have this a constraint. Okay, here. So in my previous video, I have already explained in detail what is this and what is the use of this. Right. In this video, my just aim is to just provide you the latest UI changes. Right. So here you can see min map values folder where you can put your default strings, colors, okay, themes, okay, right? So here you can see that two themes are there. One is for dark, one is for light themes, okay. So this is the particular app. Now this is very important one, the Gradle scripts. So from here you can change your Gradle settings. So here from this particular file, you can just find out what is your compile SDK, what is your minimum SDK, what is your targeted SDK, and all that stuff, right? So this particular thing is explained over here. Okay, these are the buttons. Okay, select the open particular file. So this one. Then this is for the expand all. So you can just watch here, expand all. So you can just use this facility. This is the build tool, right? So your build is successful. If some error is there, then it is going to show you the errors over here. Okay. This is the app quality insights, right? So if you want to upload your particular, if you have uploaded your app in Google Play Store and if you want to see the statistics, then you can see. This is a logcat. Okay, so whatever activities are going in a background, that is are going to be listed over here. Problems, if any errors is there, then it is showing there. Terminal, this is a good one, right? So like if you are using a VS Code, then you will see this kind of facility is there. So here also they are providing the facility for the terminal app, and this is the version control. This is for the Git repository, guys, right? So this is about this. From here, I have already discussed the Gemini. This is the running device. So from last few updates, they are providing the device managing over here, right? So you can also access from here device manager, or you can just go specifically to this device manager, right? So here I have already created one device, right? Pixel 3 API. Suppose if you want to create your new device, then just go for the plus, create new virtual device, and this is our old UI, right? So you can see whatever Play Store symbol is there, you just click on that, and you just click on next, next, and the device is going to be opened, right? So now here you can see, if you want, then you can run the virtual device. So it is starting my AVD. So this is your emulator, guys, where you can taste your apps. Your output is going to be displayed over here. It's a good one, right? So once you run this application, right, then you can see that it is going to be installed. So if you click on the run button, then your app as Gradle build is running, right? Then your app is going to be created, installed successfully on the machine, and then it is showing the output, right? So let's see, let's wait for some time. So you can see it's launching on device. The message is showing over here, launching on device. So very soon your application is going to be launched on this particular device. Okay, so the device is already has an application with the same package but different signatures. Okay, do you want to uninstall? Yes, I want to uninstall it. So this is the duplication errors, right? So install successfully, finished, and now you can see it is running in my particular emulator. So you can see right now the button is over here. We have put it over here, right? But so this that UI part we are going to take care later on, right? But this is the output of your application. Here is the logcats. You can see these are the logcats. Here you can see unable to match the desired swap behavior, right? So these are the logcats. This is for the debugging purpose, guys, right? So from here you can just stop the app. If you want to rerun, then you just click on this. If you want to debug the app, then click on this. This is the particular app. This is your device. Here you can see this is the new one. Pair device is using Wi-Fi, right? So if you have multiple device, then you can also select from here. You can also connect your device using a USB cable. And this is the pair device using Wi-Fi. These are very useful features, guys, right? Okay. So this is for that. This is for the Gradle. Okay. So if you are having some Gradle dependencies and all that, then you can just manage it over here, right? These are the notifications. So all the notifications are going to be listed out. I'm just going to clear it. Okay. This is very important, ID and project setting. So from here, you can just go to the SDK manager. So this is very important. I have already discussed this in my previous videos, right? But this is now here. So I'm just going to discuss as a part of new UI. So here you can see the path, updated SDK tools, and each and everything. Whatever you have downloaded, that will be checked over here. So you will get to know that how many particular SDKs are installed, right? So this is about that. Again, this is a build tool and all that applications. Undo, redo, apply code changes, Gradle things, sync the Gradle. Okay, and here is the new one thing is because this will attach with my Gemini account, right? So that is also there in this, right? Here you can see your project structure. Whatever list of files are there, you can open it from here. Recent projects are here. These are the version controls, right? So you can see, guys, ultimately the new UI is pretty much decent and looks very easy to use, right? So instead of that complex things over here in a toolbar and each and every there, here and there, But here it is a very pretty decent look of the new Android Studio, right? So if you are watching my videos of Android, you can just create the application like that. You can just select the new project and you can add the things whatever you like in the new Android Studio things, right? So that's it, guys, for this video. I will come up with a new video for new applications. Okay, bye.